dark, and you were like the stars, and I couldn't see them apart until you made me. And you were like a spark, and I was like the car that just drove us around and around in circles. Where do you go?
So, Like the Stars has got one restart on wall 5. So you start with a K step, with or without claps, and then you've got a grapevine to the right and grapevine to the left. Now it's quite quick, this dance, so keep the steps nice and small. Monterey half turn to finish section 1. So coming back to the front, starting with your K step, grapevine right then left, and then your Monterey half turn to face 6 o'clock. From here you've got a half rumba, so side together forwards touch, and then rock and cross quarter turn to face 9 o'clock. And that is the end of the dance. So just that second section, side together forwards touch, rock and cross to face 9 o'clock.